What's going on? Y'all know how we do. Oh my gosh.
God, please.
He never ceases to fail on a way to start the show off on a bad order.
What I do, baby.
He never seems. He just always has it in the bag to mess up in some type of way. Welcome to the Bearded Wrestling Podcast. Welcome back to another episode. This is episode 10. We are
10 episodes.
You did 10 episodes already? Where was I at?
You've been there for all of them.
You was in the vineyard doing your due diligence.
Yes, this is episode 10. As always, you can follow us on all of our social media platforms, which go under the same moniker. It is the Bearded Wrestling Podcast. That's on Facebook. That's on YouTube. That's on Instagram. And our Facebook blog is under the Bearded Wrestling Podcast blog. Also, you can go to the website. I will put that description in, where you can check out my articles or blogs, if you want to call it, as you will, regarding whatever I feel like.
Shout out to Adam Baum. Shout out to Adam Baum,
a.k.a.
Adam Clark.
Shout out to Adam Baum, boy.
For liking that article.
That was major. That was major.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't even know
he big time, bro.
No. And because God is the greatest
power. All right.
The devil is a liar. God is exalted. Yeah. But no, that was definitely a big shout out. I didn't even know he was in the room. In that room. And you know what? Sometimes, bro, I don't even know what wrestling rooms I'm in at this point. I'm in so many. Until like I'll see Cisco in it, or I'll see like Dre in the room, like, oh, like they'll say something, and then I'll be in the room too. Like, oh, I didn't know I was here. But yeah, shout out to Adam Baum for liking the article. That was pretty dope.
I think he got some. I think he has some. I think he agrees with a lot of what you said, as far as not knowing when it's time to hang it up. Yeah, I think he agreed with a lot of what you said.
I would love to have him on the show.
Well, he's accessible. He's an inbox away. He's definitely an inbox away, man. He be commenting and he be posting stuff on there too. There's a lot of people on this. He's on there. Barry Horowitz, who's really? Like the GOAT of jobbers.
Facts.
He's on there. I gotta look and see who's on there, because that's like one of the more I want to say steady and consistent groups. And I think that's why a lot of past wrestlers, that's why they joined it.
Copy. Well, we need to get him over to the Bearded Wrestling Podcast. To the room and here on video. Listen, we want, in the words of my boys, Street Profits, we want all the smoke.
All the smoke.
We want all of the smoke. So, anybody can come on and get this smoke and come talk with us. So that would be great. But yes, also, I'm almost 100% sure that now you can find our podcast on Apple's podcast page, say iTunes, and it's on Spotify, and it is on Google's podcasting thing, which I don't know what it is. I think it's Google Play or something like that. I'll put all the information on here as well later. So we are consistently moving and doing bigger and better over here at the Bearded Wrestling Podcast, because we're going to be doing this for how many days? Forever. I'll be doing it, in the words of the Bishop, Dr. Kevin Bond. I'll be doing this the rest of my life. All right. We are only missing one. That is the Baby Maker. He is still in the midst of a 92-day revival. So maybe he might end up
First of all, why is this revival so long? But,
who knows, bro? Who knows?
It's the SDA, man. That's what they do.
All right. Yeah.
He making his coin. This ain't his actual home church. This is a coin. Listen. Everybody needs a good coin.
Nobody coin. Get your coin.
Go and get it. Because I'm going to get mine.
That's right.
Anywho. Listen, let's get straight to it. Cisco, do you have any hot topics for us?
Nah. The only thing hot right now is the draft. It's the only thing that's hot right now. I mean, it's some indie stuff. Let's okay, for all those who don't know, I have Jacob Fatu. This is the cousin of Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. He was the MLW, which is Major League Wrestling.
And he lost. So why are we celebrating him?
Chill,
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, because his reign was over 500 days.
He's not acknowledged. We don't acknowledge.
He will get acknowledged.
Trey, you doing too much. Trey, you doing too much.
I'm sorry. We don't lose in the bloodline. But
just like the profile picture wants you to get acknowledged. See that? Look at him. He's got the Roman look.
That's it. Acknowledge.
See? Acknowledge me. Be a humble spirit. Humble servant.
Wow. Okay. Well, go ahead. Talk about Fatu, man. Go ahead. Talk about him.
Yeah. Nah, listen. I want to give this man his flowers. He held down MLW for a long time. Had some incredible matches, some incredible rivalries, and I look forward to seeing him come to the E, because I think it's only a matter of time before we see him in the E and possibly join the bloodline.
You think that's
possible? Well,
he's still under contract, though, right?
Yeah, but just like WWE bought the rights to Evolve, they are in talks with MLW to
happen for a while.
I did hear that.
To have a partnership. So, who knows? We might see the Von Erichs. We might see
that would be
the
dope.
New champion, Alex Hammerstone, baby Hogan. We might see him there. You never know. So, the negotiations are still, it's still iffy. But they're still talking. And also, shout out to WWE for finally opening up the arenas again for NXT UK to go forward. So fans are back for NXT UK. Don't know much more than that. I just know that the doors are back open.
Well, most sites were reporting, and it was showing that picture of the WWE filing to close the branding name down. And I think I put it up because everybody else was, but to me, it was just like, even if they're shutting it down, I don't think that they would give up the name or close down the brand, because there's always room for something to open back up. Especially since most of that is only happening just because of COVID. Like they couldn't do any business over there, so it made sense. But I didn't think they were going to close it for good. I never thought that.
And Rev Pro, they need which is the indie like the biggest indie company over there. They need a competitor. They need somebody to ruffle their feathers a little bit. So, especially with them still having Walter and the new champion, I think there'll be some good competition for them.
Yeah, and one needs the UK NXT championship on NXT. I think you'd have to do it just to keep it current. But yeah, no, open NXT UK back up. It's some of the best wrestling I've ever seen, and their crowds rival New York and Chicago.
Oh yeah, UK is definitely they're a different breed of wrestling fans over there. They're bloodthirsty.
Oh my gosh,
like they love technical wrestling, but they also love the hardcore stuff. They're very diverse over there.
I remember that first time I watched NXT UK, and they were booing somebody for like 5 minutes straight. It was just like noise deafening. Like, I enjoyed it so much. So I'm happy to hear that. I I have it that they're saying that Walter could be used more outside of the UK. And
yeah, they're saying that he may
be
moving over here.
From what I see, they say he's currently here as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that one of the Raw writers fought to have Finn Balor brought to Monday Night so that he could be used in Drew McIntyre's role, which isn't that much to be said for.
I was about to say, what are you gonna do? Carry a sword?
I mean, you know, I guess like as the mid card, halfway, big time guy. I don't know. Like,
well, the last I remember is after the steel cage match. Didn't Drew McIntyre challenge Big E? That was on the September 28th episode.
They're gonna fight that crown jewel. They made it official yesterday.
Yeah,
which is dumb to me. Like, they should have just had the draft after crown jewel, because everybody knows what's gonna happen now.
And then on top of that, none of these changes go into effect until October 22nd, which
is right after
kind of
unheard of.
Yeah, but it's kind of heard of. Like, we've never. Anytime they've had a trade, a draft, it goes into effect immediately. You know, so
but they're finishing out storylines.
Yeah, I guess.
I think that's the route that they're going with it, is that they're finishing out the storylines. Many of the draft picks announced on Talking Smack over the weekend that they found out which brand they were going to be on via social media. I think that's kind of crazy. A WWE source defended that by saying the move won't take effect for several weeks. I don't know if they. Well, you know what? Is that really dirty? Because in the NBA that happens too. People
remember when DeMarcus Cousins found out he was traded during the All-Star game?
Yeah, that was crazy. That's crazy. Like, that's supposed to be the moment that's supposed to be your time to unwind and, you know, just have fun. And then you like find out, you gotta pack up. we ship you out. That's crazy. So,
I mean, they tried to make it feel like a draft, even with what's the guy, Gable Stevenson?
Oh, little Kurt.
When he was at home with his family, with the fake family, and they found out about the draft. He was at home like it was in the NFL. Did y'all see that yesterday?
I didn't see that part. I heard about it. I didn't know that they did all that.
Yeah, they did. It was nice.
I missed the days of the draft when they had everybody in one room.
Yeah.
Like, just to see the people like in different parts of the arena, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. Anytime I think about the draft, I always think about Undertaker, his reaction.
Yeah.
How pissed off he was. Yo, that's like one of the classic backstage moments. Like, he went off.
If we're gonna talk about old draft moments or draft moments, you know, I hate John Cena. That's the post. But John Cena is the only person to be drafted number one twice.
Is that when he showed up on Chris Jericho's thing?
I think so.
Oh, the fake talk show?
Yeah. Hey, Jericho show was dope. All of his shows.
Yeah.
So, when discussing the card for Crown Jewel on Wrestler Observer Radio, Dave Metzler, who's trash, he's trash. I'm coming for your job, said Goldberg has a specific deal with the Saudi shows, which is why they're moving the match with Bobby Lashley.
I'm not interested in it. I'm not,
but you know, Saudi has a big thing for all the old people.
They do. That's why, and the money is good. You can't deny that the money is good. Like, you just throwing out millions of dollars for you to come and humiliate yourself. Come and tarnish your legacy.
And a parade. They listen. Mm-hmm. That is definitely WrestleMania 2 of the year, because they treat that like it's WrestleMania over there.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's good for them. I mean, you know, it brings in a lot of money, brings in a lot of revenue. But for the fan,
But for the fans there, they getting a chance to see something that they only get to see once a year.
Right. The fans there. But the people who's watching, the people who normally can watch it via network, it's like, okay.
I'll watch it. I don't have no problem.
I mean, I'll probably watch it, but I'll probably watch it maybe later because I think it's coming on like
8, 9 in the morning.
10 in the morning.
Yeah, it's usually early in the morning.
Yeah, I'll be at work, so I'll catch it when I get home.
I'll be at work watching it. But listen, every time he's been over there, his matches have been god awful. He had the squash match with the Fiend that took the belt, and then the one with the Taker, which is I hate
his
that
matches. His matches have been god awful since he started wrestling.
Well, you know how I feel about Oldberg, so
I've never been a fan. I just feel like he's one of the most dangerous, and I don't mean that in a heelish way. I mean that
I know what you mean.
Like he's one of the most dangerous competitors in wrestling history. Like people's careers have ended because of this man. You know, they tried to say the same thing about Seth, but I beg to differ. Seth just made it. It was just a mistake made. You know,
a couple of times, a lot of times.
But he ain't in nobody's careers now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at the same token, he was young. Like Goldberg at that point again, Goldberg had years in. He had years in, and I've just heard so many stories about him and his dealings with people that he has matches with. Like it's even the build up when they practice what they're going to do is trash. Like he don't really put his heart into it.
Mm.
You know, it's more. Let me just get my check.
Mm.
You know,
I guess
unfortunately.
Yeah. So it was reported. So we've been hearing mad stuff about Bray since he's been let go. The big thing was, what was it, last week in Rochester? Or was that 2 weeks ago?
Last week he said he was coming to. He said that, you know, because it was Brody Lee town that he was going to come there. But now they're saying he might be going to Impact.
Well, so I have an article about that, and they're saying that they're not close to a deal there at all. That somebody from one of the execs from Impact told one of their guys to try to recruit him because he was a friend of his. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. Like no one has any clear-cut thought of where he's going to be.
Listen, I say get your money, and wherever money is,
that would be the E. That would be the E.
No, I'm talking about, but we know he's not going back. Like him and Vince just don't have a good dynamic when it comes to creative wise. There ain't nothing else wrong with their relationship. It's the creative process behind the status of the Fiend. I have that same shirt, sir. I got the same shirt.
You thought I was gonna be happy about the Warrior?
I knew you wasn't gonna be happy. That's why I got it. In my mind,
okay.
I said Jamie is gonna hate this shirt.
Yeah.
And then I thought of the whole list that we had with the whole overrated. So I was like, let me get this. Me and my girl was in Target, and I was just like, let me get this.
The good old Target.
She saw the excitement on my face. I passed Hot Topics. I didn't even want to go in Hot Topics when we went to the mall because I didn't want to be disappointed. And God said, go to Target. So,
come on, Target.
I went to the Target dock, and the heat of my shire.
All right.
Was there.
All right.
Glory to God.
I knew it was almost time to block him. He started all that extra. I knew it was time to almost mute him. But you know, I was trying to be nice. I'm trying not to have that mutant spirit on me tonight.
No, Will not here. Will not here.
He'll be all right.
Shout out to, this is a little bit off the topic, but I feel like saying this, so I'm saying it. Shout out to the guy Yokozuna. His birthday was October 2nd. Rest in God, man.
Happy belated birthday to the OG.
Happy birthday,
Ron.
to the
What is it, Ron? Ron Anoya.
You know why?
Ananoia.
Ananoia.
I sound like y'all speaking in tongues.
Ananoia
is Greek.
He's giving a sermon. Break it down.
First of all, did nobody see the picture that I put up a Ricochet yesterday?
You put it in the group chat, or you put it on the page?
On the page.
Put on this page. Yeah, it's first of all, I can't even describe how that dude looked. He looked crazy. Like, thank God for the baldy.
I'm gonna go look at it.
Hold on, I'm about to send it right now. Oh,
he looked crazy.
I just sent it, Dre.
He looked crazy. He looked like somebody's AG. That's all I'm gonna say. Everybody knows when I say AG, people know what I mean. That's all I'm gonna say.
That went over mad.
Why you look like Sasha Banks?
You know who that is, right, bro?
That's Ricochet.
Yeah.
But why you look like Sasha Banks?
Amen to the baby maker. Say he's coming on soon.
All right, come on, dog. We ain't gonna be here for too much long.
Raw was pretty decent last night.
Oh, wait, before we get there. So I think it's good that we had this moment to talk about the transitioning of power in AEW.
What do you mean?
So did you see that Tony Khan is taking back all
Yeah.
control?
Yep.
So do you buy the reasons he was talking about, like with Cody doing the show and then the Young Bucks doing something else?
No. I feel like only one that I really believe is more so like Cody.
Yeah.
The Cody situation.
Cody definitely has. He got a lot on his plate. He's doing a lot.
A whole lot on his plate.
He's doing a lot.
And Cody, to me, Cody is the only one out of those guys who's never put himself in a high position.
Of course not. He himself, he put that stipulation where if he had lost that match, he couldn't get a title. He couldn't get a title shot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I really want to see, I don't like face Cody. I love heel Cody.
For sure.
Heel Cody is just a different type of beast. And what I want to see, honestly, I want to see him turn heel and be like, you know what? F that. I want my title shot. Because I feel like listen, the whole Kenny Omega being a heel, I'm just not buying it. And I probably never will. Cody can be the top heel.
Yes.
As far as taking them to another level as a top heel, don't get me wrong. I still say MJF will be the top heel eventually. But for now, I think Cody needs to take that top spot.
Cody's just got a lot going on. He's stretching himself pretty far. And listen, this is his time to go make that money, go get that bag. So I'm not mad at him.
Because he already said, listen, when I turn 40, he's like, I'm not doing this no more.
He understands the game.
Yep. He doesn't want to be like his father. He doesn't want to be like his brother, who I wouldn't say tarnished their legacy because of their longevity in being active in wrestling. I will say though,
I think Goldust did.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of glad now he's a part-timer. And don't get me wrong, I've seen some good Dustin matches lately. I've seen some. But he's more active in his role as a coach. which is where he is best utilized. And he understands that. Listen, them Rose boys, I give them credit. They know when it's time to do what it's time to do.
I agree.
Point blank, you know.
I think, but out of all of those guys, the EPs or the EVPs, I think that's what they call them.
Yeah.
I think out of all of them, the only one that had any like real wrestling knowledge as far as to be a vice president and to understand how wrestling should go is Kobe. I think the other guys were always just a name, even if they had a little like, they had some type of like impact to what was going on, you know, because honestly, I feel like Tony has just realized like, yeah, you guys don't know anything. You're wrestlers.
Now, I will say the roles that they have been given, or, you know, as they have been publicized that they've given, I completely get why they're in that capacity. Like, Kenny Omega's a video game head. All right, you go ahead to the video game stuff. You deal with that. As far as that women's division goes, you need to get that to somebody else. Somebody else needs to take that rank and try to structure that thing, because it's not working with him doing. Because for the most part, he's just trying to push the Japanese women.
Yeah,
and that's whack. Nah.
People like Billy Gunn and all of them. Like, you have older guys there that understand the game.
Yeah.
I think they should try to utilize those guys instead of like making them wrestle. I don't want to see Billy Gunn and them fight. But you know, that's neither here nor there.
And like even with Matt Jackson, I understand him and his wife being over the merchandise, because I mean the Young Bucks, they made a killing off of merch that they put together themselves. So I get that. I get why
all of the choices make sense. I agree.
Right. What's Nick's? What is his capacity? I don't know. What did they say he was doing?
He had the merch.
I don't remember. But
what happened?
You know,
why do we care? Can we talk about a company that matters?
Well, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. All right, Nitro boy. Watch your mouth.
First of all,
go ahead.
I'm an E guy. I'm an
but
E
you're a Nitro guy.
Nobody
too.
cares nothing about Nitro.
Stop.
No. I love the Wolfpack and the NWO. I didn't sit there through them boring Dean Malenko matches. Whoa. Boring Jushin Thunder Liker.
You now.
I got him. I got him.
Name the best Dean Malenko.
I got him. He's out. He's out.
The best.
He's out. I was trying not to mute nobody tonight.
See, where's William? William got to hurry up. See,
the best
Will
Dean Malenko.
You're not the Will spot tonight.
So you mean to tell me Dean Malenko was dope in WCW?
The spirit of Will is on you.
Yes.
In WCW. You're not answering my question. In WCW, his best rivalry was with Chris Jericho.
Guerrero. Stop it.
Oh, and Eddie. And Eddie. Okay. And his career didn't really skyrocket
because he was kept in the
E.
cruiserweight division. That's fine.
Cruiserweight division was amazing in WCW.
It was.
Who?
No, the cruiserweight division in WCW was dope.
My boy Juventud Guerrero.
Juventud was dope. Rey Mysterio was dope.
I like Juventud without the mask.
Oh, you like Hoovy Juice. You like the fake rock.
Hoovy without the mask was dope too. All right. Let us move on. So we are now finished with the draft. Both sides have picked everybody. I'm going to go through it really quickly and let's talk about it because I want to get you guys input on my article for this week, and let's take our moment on that. So come on now. Here we go. So Raw, we have the Big E. He's going to be our champion on Raw. Good to see the black belt back on Raw with well, it's been here for a while. How long has it been here? Like a year now?
Let me see. Yeah, because the Universal title didn't become nothing until it went to SmackDown. So yeah.
Well, don't say nothing.
I mean, not nothing, but it didn't get its deserved just dues until Roman got it on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely booed that.
Until who?
Oh God.
He's back. I'm gonna mute you. Oh, he muted himself. I'm glad. So here we go. Here is the Monday Night Raw roster starting October 22nd. We have AJ Styles, Tozawa, Alexa Bliss, Angelo Dawkins, Apollo Crews, Austin Theory, Becky Lynch, Trash, Bianca Belair, Big E, Bobby Lashley, Carmella, Cedric Alexander, Chad Gable, Commander Aziz, Damian Priest, Dana Brooke, Dolph Ziggler, Doudrop, Drake Maverick, Edge, Finn Balor, Gable Stevenson, Jason Riker, John Morrison, Karrion Kross, Reggie, Randy Orton, R-Truth, Otis, Omos, Nikki Ash, ASH, Nia Jax, MVP, Montez Ford, Maya Yim. I hope they get her some burns soon. Is she healthy?
Yeah, she's healthy. She even put out that she said, "I'm not injured. They just won't use her."
Well, hopefully she'll get back around. Liv Morgan, KO, Keith Bearcat Lee. I hate that. Rey Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Riddle, Bobby Roode, Big Bob, Seth Rollins, Shelton Benjamin, T-Bar, Tamina, Tegan Knox, The Miz, Veer, Zelina Vega. Wait a minute. They split them up, huh?
Who?
Tamina and what's the name?
Yeah. They made that official yesterday. Damn. They made that official last night.
Damn, that's
yep.
rough.
They separated Shotzi Knox and her partner too.
Yeah, this is trash. And then let's go over to SmackDown. SmackDown, Aaliyah, Jeff Hardy, Ricochet, Ridge Holland, Jimmy and Jay, Angel Garza, Ashanti the Adonis, B-Fab, Jinder Mahal, Sami Zayn, Sasha Banks, King Nakamura, Cesaro, Charlotte, Kofi, Shanky, Shayna Baszler, Mace, Drew Gulak. Drew just came from Raw, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Eric, Mansoor, Shotzi, Happy Corbin. I hate that. Mustafa Ali, Tony Storm, Top Dollar, Naomi, Humberto, Isaiah Swerve Scott. I like him. Natalia, Xavier Woods, Ivar, Rick Bogues, and Xia. I guess I can say that. The XIA, right? Xia.
Yeah, Xia Li. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll say it right. I am not upset about the draft at all. Is there anybody on that list that you like? Oh, this is trash. I'm gonna send you guys the list so that way you can look at it quickly.
No, I don't. I honestly, I don't disagree. I mean, listen, they Friday night, the first night of it, they made it pretty obvious. Some certain picks they made pretty obvious, like the fact that Bianca Belair was going to Raw. So you already know Street Profits, or at least Montez Ford, was coming to Raw because when people have relationships, they don't want to break that up.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I'm happy that the Street Profits didn't get broke up.
They were talking about it.
That was the word on the street that they were going to get broke up because of Montez Ford's such good showing the other week.
You already knew Becky was going when they drafted Charlotte, so you already knew Becky was going to Raw. So then you already knew Seth was going to Raw.
Yeah, I like Seth on Raw.
I just don't want to see Seth and Edge no more. Okay, we've had some good content from them, some good matches, some great promos. Like, let's move on. Let's move on.
I'd like Edge to go home.
Well, Seth will be there waiting for him. Edge will be there waiting for him. I don't disagree. I just want to know now that Hit Row is on SmackDown, who's going to win North American title? You can't keep it.
It's true.
I think that kid Carmelo Hayes is going to go after.
That could work.
I wouldn't mind. He does have that contract, that guaranteed title contract. So I can see that happening because they're really pushing this kid. Him and I don't know the dude that's with him, who I think could even be bigger than who Carmelo is, because he's got charisma. That dude has that it factor.
Do you think Alexa Bliss is getting ready to take a break?
Well, I know she has surgery, but I think she's going to come back. I think they're going to throw away this whole fiend-like character.
I hope not.
I think she's going to go back.
Dre, you like the character, or you want her to go back to being like regular white girl Bliss?
Nah, I like this Alexa Bliss. I
agree.
Number one, it definitely gave me a different perspective of her. And it stretched her. Yeah, it definitely showed her versatility. I think with people like her, people like Roman, it has to be some type of reality base. Like, it shouldn't be far from their normal personalities. And she's always given me the weird, you know what I'm saying? And even her personal story with her saying she was bullied in school and stuff like that when she did that whole bullying campaign. So I kind of get like, she's the girl that you don't sit with at the lunch table. You know what I mean? She's the girl that. So I yeah. But what I don't like is, and just from history, it seems like the Gothic characters don't get long title reigns or title reigns at all. You know, even down to the Undertaker. Like, I don't know. But I love her. I would love for her to hold the belt. I would love for her to have a decent run with the belt. Not more on SmackDown. I feel like Bianca, Bianca needs to be the future and the face of the women's division on SmackDown.
Well, listen, I don't have a problem with her coming to Raw because I think I'm gonna get what I wanted, and that's to see Bianca and Charlotte really go at it. And that's, to me, they're the best two in the game. And I feel like they need to run this out before Charlotte goes over to SmackDown.
So here's the thing. I feel like I feel like if her and Charlotte go at it, like, I don't want it to be this thing where Charlotte is invincible. Like, I just, like, that's the only thing. Like, well, I'm not saying Charlotte.
They fought last night and she wasn't invincible. Bianca was getting her.
No, but I'm talking about as far as winning. Like, Bianca, even in NXT, Bianca is nothing to play with because she's strong, she's quick, she's agile. Like, to me, she's a whole different beast. But I would love to see that too, because I definitely feel like them two can make magic and put a classic together. I agree with that.
I'm telling you, last night.
And I'm talking about better than even what Charlotte has done with Sasha. Like, I definitely feel like we'll be talking about them. This is Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. This is,
I'm telling you,
you know what I'm
even last night, just on Raw, you could see the magic that the two of them could put together.
Yeah.
Bianca was selling the hell out that match. And we already know what Charlotte could do. So to see the two of them together is like what I wanted to see for a while. And not with either one of them being on a decline, but both of them still at the top of their game, doing what they do best. Ric Flair said it, shout out to the GOAT. And he was like, listen, they're the best in the game. Vince needs to stop playing and let them fight. And, you know, every once in a while he gives us what we want. So I'm happy.
Yeah. And I think with Sasha, she's too Shawn Michaelish. Like, it's staying healthy. It's the other. So in that sense, it's like we probably won't recognize her till later on.
I recognize her. Sasha is one of the
Well, I mean,
best.
yeah, we do, but I'm just talking about as a collective.
I hear you.
And like, because remember, Shawn Michaels ain't win a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
But to me, because he didn't win a lot, it made his win so much more impactful.
Yeah, but he was and in that sense, I know you could tell he learned from Ric Flair because he was the king of putting people over. But his whole thing was, I don't care about winning. I just want to steal the show. Like, I just want to have the best match on the card. He didn't care about wins or losses. That was never his thing.
Right.
Well, when he had the belt, it was, because that was the whole situation with him and Austin. Yeah. When he had the belt, yeah, that was. But as far as like,
everybody say it's not about the rings until they ain't got one. And
until they don't got one, right? It's not about the rings until you don't got one. Yeah.
Now you 40, trying to get that ring.
Trying to ring chase. Ask Carmelo, but
watch your mouth about Melo.
Go Lakers.
All the way, all day, baby.
I'm not saying that, but I want Melo to win. Go Knicks.
Come on, join us.
No, sir.
Join us.
No, sir.
Join the Dark Order.
Join us.
My team is playing right now. They're playing the Pacers right now.
Join us.
They're gonna lose.
Yo, watch your mouth.
Join us. I'm in Jersey right now, so I don't think I can get that game.
Make me say something crazy. Where was I gonna say? You know, I feel like on Raw the characters are much more gimmicky. So for me, Seth Rollins fits on Raw because
but he brings
Seth is all about characters, bro.
But he's not to me, Seth is not a gimmick. It's more of a, like, when I think of gimmick, I think of what Karrion Kross is doing. I think of
that's gimmicky.
Yeah,
like
to me, Seth.
I think there's different stages of it, and Seth. Seth does a hell of a job with these gimmicks.
Yeah, but to me, he
from
has
the spiritual leader to Seth freaking Rollins burn him down.
Yeah, but
those are gimmicks, bro.
Yeah, but he had an edge. Like there's some dose of reality with what he's doing.
There's no dose of reality with the shiny.
There is, bro. There is. That's what keeps us intrigued. There's some dose of reality there, bro.
To me, there's no reality with Seth. He's just a character, and he's funny at what he does, and it shows just the versatility of who he is, to go from what we saw with the Shield to him being serious on his own to being a heel. Like, he can do it all.
He can do it all. He can do it all. What I do hate, though, what the draft took away from me, was Seth versus Roman.
Not necessarily. I mean, you listen. You still. There's always Survivor Series. There's always Survivor Series.
I don't know. Yo, that joint was so. I was sitting there. I was like, please make it happen. Please make it happen.
But bro, you gotta fight like 80 million people. Like, everybody wants to fight Roman right now, and he has so many different storylines going.
But the thing with Roman right now is, and I forgot who said it. I don't know if it was Ric Flair or John Cena. Oh, Jericho. Jericho said, I think it was either Jericho or CM Punk, was like, yo, he's a hell of a workhorse. Like, that nigga, like, he comes prepared. Like, he was like, maybe his character, he said people could dispute that, but as far as his in-ring work, they was like, yo, he's one of the hardest workers when it comes to being in ring. And I agree with that. I'm like, yo, look at what this nigga, like, anybody that fights Roman, whether win or lose, like, it elevates them.
It's the same thing. I hate to admit it, but it's the same thing with Cena. No, I don't like him, but it's the same thing with Cena. Cena is a workhorse. And anybody who's fought him will tell you that. You know what I'm saying? We could compare him to Terry all day as far as the character is concerned, but when it comes down to his in-ring ability and his way to sell a story or to help build a story, he's one of the greatest. He's one of the greatest. It's funny because I think today was like the anniversary, because I follow some of those pages that shows like stuff that happened on this day, and I think today was when he reluctantly had to join the Nexus.
Yes.
That storyline,
that was a good storyline. That was a good storyline because it was like, yo, we the hungry ones. Like, we the ones that's looking to take over. And for them to have the top dog to have to like bow down to the young pups, you know what I'm saying? It was like, wow. It was a dope moment. You know what I'm saying? And it also helped build them up.
I forget what page that was, but I saw that too.
I think it was Pipe Bomb News, if I'm not mistaken. But like, you can't take nothing away from Roman. You know what I'm saying? Right now, like we discussed that whole PWI top 500. I completely disagree with it because I felt like Roman should have been number one.
Did they do a female one?
Shut your mouth.
Nah, I didn't see a female one. Maybe they did. Maybe we missed it. I think everybody was just stuck on the Roman.
No, I think they want to create a female one. I think they're gonna do it next year. I don't know if you got 500 good women out here. I don't know. Maybe you could do 100.
Whatever it is, they should have a list too.
No, it's true.
And Charlotte and Bianca would be at the top.
Facts. Because
best in the game.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like what's her name? What's the Impact champion name? What's her name? Deanna something. Peruzzo, whatever. I feel like she's got that it factor. Like, I think she's what they wanted Tessa Blanchard to be.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is Tessa is just, they said she's difficult to work with. That's the issue with Tessa. So that's why you don't see her nowhere. And I think Impact messed up when they had her become the champion. They tried to do like a China type of thing, and it just didn't work.
Yeah. Deanna Peruzzo.
Yeah, she's dope. You know what I'm saying? I definitely give her top 10. Like, she's dope, but as far as that top part, yeah, it's either Bianca or Charlotte. It's gotta be, hands down.
1-1A.
Because nobody else is like, you can't say Sasha because Sasha
she's inconsistent.
Time off day messes her up.
Yeah, she's inconsistent.
Yeah, and then you can't say Becky because she just had a baby.
And she's not. She's never been.
She's definitely riding off of Charlotte's coattail.
Yeah,
definitely. And now Seth, we're down here together.
That's okay.
But always bet on black.
Always
bet on black. Yeah.
I'm not a gambling man.
It's all about Bianca. I'm no
gambling man.
All about Bianca.
Okay. So this timing is going to work out well. This week's article is something I believe that all of us have an opinion and thoughts on. The title of the article, which has taken me a long time to really like write the article, is Blacks in Wrestling, the Come Up. I think all of us here, definitely of African American descent, can say that it's been a rough road for African Americans in wrestling. And I studied a lot of sociology in college, and it's basically talking about the social norms of groups, organized groups. And I think when we were younger, they talked so much about the civil rights movement in the schools and in the churches, and I think wrestling didn't get that same level of attention, because I guess it's like, oh, it's wrestling and it's not that serious of a matter.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember watching wrestling from a very young age, and I don't think I saw it because it was just like, oh, I loved the Ultimate Warrior, I loved who I love, and it was like, and when you saw a black guy, it was almost like, oh, well, they're there. But I feel like, I don't want to say that we were more woke, that we're more woke now than what they were then, or in the 70s or the 80s, or but I feel like I don't think that would have happened in our time. But I mean, at the same time, like, how much have we actually really came up? Because I started to run the numbers in the years to see how much have we actually really came up in the history of wrestling. Do you know how many black heavyweight champions we have?
Probably at least, I want to say 10 or less.
Definitely less. Because when I look at heavyweight champions, I don't look at it. I look at it in the modern day wrestling. So I'm only looking at it as far as the major companies and not the territories.
Mm-hmm.
Because the territories, you be doing too much trying to like figure that all out. So
I mean, you gotta be honest. Like, the first person that's actually acknowledged in the modern day era is Ron Simmons. Right. And we're talking about, so that's that was in 92.
92. And this is where I start to like really break down the numbers so we can see how far, like, I wanted to show the difference between the differences in the sports and how much wrestling has not come along compared to other sports, right? Because the barrier was broken in NBA in like the 50s. Baseball was like what, the 40s or 50s with Jackie Robinson?
49.
So that's what I said, the 40s and the 50s. Baseball, football, all these sports have been integrated for over 30 or 40 years. And I feel like wrestling's integration and full migration of African Americans being main guys or women, it's just been like a slow drag. And I don't think it's ever gotten the same attention as everybody else, because let's look at it like this. WWE was made in 1956 or something like that. Not under, do you know the original name of WWF?
It was WWE, right? No, WWF.
No.
Was
it?
It
was not. Give me 1 second.
Is this when Vince had it? This is when Vince Senior had it?
Vince Senior had it. They went under a different name.
Because I know at one point they had 3 W's instead of 2. I do know that. But
okay. It was founded in 1953 and it was Capital Wrestling Corporation.
Which would understandably be, which is why it's understand that they was calling the where NXT was the Capital Wrestling Center. So I guess it was a way to pay homage as a humble beginning type of thing. Yeah. I always wonder where did they get Capital Wrestling from? I always wondered, but now I know.
Yeah, so they were made in 1953. NWA, I believe, is 1940s.
Yeah, I know they're older.
1948. And then we have WCW wrestling is
WCW came in the 80s, right?
I would say yes. I'm trying to.
Yeah, because they split from NWA.
Yes. 88.
Okay.
So you have
That's when Ted Turner took over.
right. So you have all three of these companies who have over 30 years in the game. Because to me, these are your major three. Right? You have your Ring of Honors, you have your New Japan, your ECWs, your Impact, American Wrestling, AWA, AAA. But to me,
World Class.
right. To me, your main three is WCW, NWA, and WWE. So you wouldn't consider New Japan
as the just from a outside of the USA?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Outside of that, yeah.
Okay.
But just off of America, right? Let's see, 1948. I said, in 73 years of wrestling, with these three major companies, you have seven
world champions.
That's staggering. Those are staggering numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, so NWA only has one. Do you know who that one is?
You said NWA?
Yeah, NWA.
Ron Killings.
If you don't know who that is R-Truth.
R-Truth. Which surprised the hell out of me because I'm like, y'all, I mean, I take nothing away from him, you know what I'm saying? Because
he's had a great career.
He's been consistent. But for him to be I don't know if I would make him world champion, but to each his own. Somebody saw something in him and they put the strap on him. It wasn't on him long.
No, not at all. But he's had it in a couple of different places.
Yeah, well, not in the E. He's never had a world title. He had Intercontinental, he had US, he had tag team. Of course, 24/7.
He's the greatest 24/7 champion of all time.
Yeah. And in NWA,
he had.
Was he an Impact? Was he an Impact? Like when they transitioned into Impact, was he there? Or has he been just in the E after that stint?
He was only there when it was TNA.
Okay.
Yeah, he was only there when it was TNA. But no, he's had a great career. But that's the only champion. And they've had 98 champions in the
one black champion
in the history of NWA. WCW has had. Well, see, now this is where it gets tricky. It depends on how you say it. So I'm going to say WCW has only had 2.
Right. Booker T, Ron Simmons.
And Ron Simmons. WWE classifies Ron Simmons as the first African-American champion. I don't. Because I used to say when I was younger, and I still believe it today, they'll put it on they'll put that strap, they'll put the big gold on a black guy, but they're not giving Vince dad's belt to no black guy. And it's crazy though, because at one time they had us almost believing that The Rock wasn't black.
No, he's definitely black.
No, but they tried to spin it.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to spin it like he was.
But see, even he put it out there. He said, "Listen, I think because somebody, I think he had responded to somebody's tweet. He said, "Listen, I celebrate every part of me." He said, "I'm not only Samoan, I am black."
Yeah, but that's all dumb anyway because that gentleman behind you is black.
Exactly.
Okay.
And even I've seen interviews with him, and he's like, "Yo, listen, I'm of Samoan descent, but I'm black."
He's a black Samoan.
Exactly.
There's
Just
nothing
light
wrong with that. Right. He's not even light skinned.
Yeah, he caramel dude.
Right. That's not light skinned. He's black. He's a black Samoan. There's nothing wrong with that. But if we're gonna say, as far as WWE is concerned, I cannot say it's Ron Simmons because Ron Simmons didn't carry that strap in WWE.
So who would you? So then you would say it is the.
Got to start with The Rock.
Right.
Got to start with The Rock, which was 1998. So you telling me from 1956 to 1998, only one black guy was worth putting the strap on.
And the thing is,
that's crazy.
But I'm gonna tell you what's crazy though, because I did some research of my own one day just to see, and when it came down in the 80s, one of the biggest heels in the 80s was Bad News Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were actually considering.
They should have
putting the strap on him because it's like, yo, he's the top heel right now. Like, and he was battling Hogan, but politics, and I think also I don't think that was character for him. I think that was his real attitude at that time. I think that was really him being him. And so, Vince always got to think about what's best for business. Has to always think about what's best for business. It's the same reason why Randy Orton's first title reign was cut short, because of his attitude. He was nasty. He was nasty to people.
Do you think best for business was keeping black guys out of the main picture?
For them, and because of Americana, I think for them it was.
I think I heard Stone Cold
just to keep their fans,
say,
just to keep certain fans happy.
Right, but
you know what I'm saying?
I think the African American.
You would never see Junkyard Dog with the title. And Junkyard Dog is one of the most beloved and over African American wrestlers of our generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of those dudes. Same thing with Coco Beware.
But you know what? To me, they treated them like, oh, that's Johnny. He fixed our cars. We love him.
Right.
But it was never.
He's that's the. Like, I'm not, listen, I call it, like, they treat them like the house niggas.
Right.
That's how they treat them.
Go. Hey, if you give Johnny 3 cigarettes and a pack of Coronas, he'll fix your car. That's how they kind of treated those guys.
Yep.
And I feel like because wrestling doesn't get that attention, what I was saying earlier, like all of that went past us, and okay, so we have The Rock, then we have Kofi. What, 20 years later?
Yeah.
What year did Kofi win? 2018, 2019?
18. I want to say, wait. No, 19.
Right.
19.
Oh, crap. What am I doing?
And that only happened, that happened on the strength of the fans.
Kofi Mania.
That happened on, it had, but I'm grateful for that
21 years.
It was organic. You know what I'm saying?
And I think not only was it organic, I think it started the revolution of what we think is the black come up now. I think Kofi really really opened Vince's eyes, like, oh, they can do it. Because I feel like for a long time they felt like we couldn't do it. Kofi, Bobby, Biggie. Those are my numbers. Those guys.
Yeah.
The Rock, Kofi, Biggie, and Bobby. Look at this guy, Bo. Will wants to come in at the end of the show. Come on in. Get you. What's going on, my guy?
Hold up.
Baby maker.
You all right?
Got your coin,
Hello?
Doc?
What's good, guys?
What's going on? You got your coin?
Nah. You know I gotta be there tomorrow. I gotta be there.
Oh
I
my
gotta be
gosh.
there for Saturday, bro. Saturday's the last day.
You better be a millionaire after this is over.
The last day of the feast. This is ridiculous. How's the baby, man? How's the baby?
Baby's good. Everybody's good, man. Thank God, man.
Good. Happy belated birthday to the king.
Man, word, man. He's
Hope
good.
he had
man.
a good day.
He did. You know, all you need is drumsticks, cakes, and balloons, and he's good.
That's what's up.
He's straight. Word.
So you missed the majority of the show.
Yeah, I know.
So, but what we're talking about right now is blacks in wrestling and the slow progress that we've made in wrestling. So I was just breaking down who I consider actual WWE champions versus WCW. So I was saying that I don't count Mark Henry, I don't count Booker T, because they didn't hold the actual heavyweight championship. They held Big Gold.
Bro, at the end of the day, they were still champions, man.
It wasn't a WWE belt though.
Not WWE belt.
It don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? They still represented us at the end of the day.
I agree.
They put titles on them. I mean, I know what you're saying, but they put titles on those guys. So, and at that time, it didn't matter, regardless of you know what type of title it was. It mattered to have those guys represent us.
Yeah, but it was the
I agree.
secondary. It was a secondary type.
But you know what?
I'm saying?
Will? I agree because it gave us some type of representation that we weren't having.
It did.
So I agree with that. But I feel like they use that to like quiet us down.
Right. They used it to sugarcoat us.
Right. Like, listen, we gave y'all something.
Right.
You know?
But I can't. I could say, you know, I would say that I honestly don't know that, man, because I would say that Booker T is he was good at what he did back then.
He was amazing at what he did.
And honestly, and he was supposed to win the WWE title.
He should have.
But then Triple H, he wanted to play politics. You know, he wanted to use the son-in-law card.
Yeah, if you got it, use it. But to me, if anybody should have won it, it should have been okay. Here's another route to it. Who do you think should have won the championship in their careers? African Americans, and they didn't get a chance.
Farouk, again, he should have won the title.
I think Farouk should have won it in WWE.
Yeah, he should as heel Farouk. Yeah,
he could have won it during the Nation.
Yeah,
that
you should have. They should have had all of them have titles, honestly, because D'Lo had a title.
Yes.
Yeah, Intercontinental, and he had European at one point.
D'Lo and The Rock. I would say Ahmed Johnson.
I think the reason why, nah, definitely
no,
no,
nah. Even though he was over, he was another dangerous wrestler.
He was, but in his time, when he was big, I think they could have gave it to him, and I think that was Vince's plan at one time as well.
You said that was Vince's what?
I think that was his plan to put it on Ahmed Johnson at one time.
I'm happy he didn't, man. Sorry.
Damn.
I'm being honest, bro. Like, honestly, that would have been a bad. That would have. I mean, as an Intercontinental champion, he was alright, but he was still like terrible in the ring, bro.
No,
I mean the pull river plunge. That was his move called. Yeah. It was dope. It was a dope move. But nah, I'm trying to think really right now.
You know why you can't figure out many names? Because they didn't give a lot of guys a chance.
Right. It's not many people. Like, let me put it like this.
I want
Like, if I look at it,
I want Shelton to win.
I wouldn't mind Shelton because Shelton he does have charisma as well. He's got some he used to have mic skills. I don't know about now.
Yeah,
but...
Shelton should have been one too. I'm gonna say this. What do you think right now? Because I know, like, I'm gonna say this right now, right? As far as like, the African Americans that we do have in the WWE, I don't want it to be we put these guys, like, for instance, Hit Row, right? I like Hit Row. I'm a big fan of Hit Row. I like what they're doing, but I think they should have stayed at NXT for a little bit before they, like, they never had a chance to like, we never really got a chance to see what they did in NXT. So they just moved them to the main roster. Normally when that happens, these guys is going to get overlooked. You know that they're going to mess up the whole gimmick. They're going to mess up the whole. And honestly, I feel like, I think right now they're just giving us, because I think they feel like they're giving us what we want. When honestly, these guys are really not as seasoned as they should be. And I think they're going to mess up their whole gimmick.
Well, I think Swerve is. I mean, I remember when he was, his last name was Strickland. You know what I'm saying?
He's not bad, but of course, they're going to break him. If they do break him up, he's going to be the only one that's going to come out of that.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Well, hopefully they don't. Hopefully they don't break them up,
Bro, you know how they do when they get to the main roster, man. It's too soon. It's too soon for them guys to be on there. And I'm not saying they're not talented and they can't do, what I'm saying? They're not good enough. I'm just like, at the end of the day, they had something good going on NXT, and for you to just bring them up there, I don't know why they brought them up, but of course because of the draft. But I mean, it didn't make sense for a group like that to be now on, where they on Monday Night Raw, right?
No, SmackDown.
Let's see what happens.
I think they were a good fit for SmackDown because it's more of a realistic type feel show, and I feel like the hood part of them and the swag that they got going on could work on there.
For how long, though? How long?
Hopefully for a long time. Listen, the Street Profits gimmick works, and I used to think that was cheesy as hell.
That's only two guys, and eventually they're gonna break those guys up too.
Well, we thought they was gonna get broke up during the draft, and look, they still together.
Yeah, but somebody's gonna turn, bro.
Hopefully they don't have to. Listen,
he's gonna turn.
Hopefully.
He's already.
They don't have to. They don't have to. You know why?
Why?
You know why? The New Day. The New Day showed us that you don't have to turn to win.
Yeah.
The New Day, they split the New Day up, so it's really like. Right, but I mean,
splitting them up and then turning on each other is two different things.
I think at one point in time they were gonna have Xavier Woods turn.
That would have been dumb.
And it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have been.
To me, I think the turn would have been Big E.
It wouldn't have been dumb because at the end of the day, everybody else had a championship except for Xavier Woods.
He's not.
So,
he's not main belt.
Okay, you say that now. But if he was to turn, what if his character, do something different? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're looking at it as, okay, we know he never became a champion because he's not that guy. But at the end of the day, what if he turns and then he becomes that guy?
Maybe,
you know
maybe. Listen, anything can happen. I don't know. What do y'all think about Apollo Crews?
I need him to lose this Nigerian.
I like it a little bit. I think they need a He needs.
Wait. I'm gonna tell you who I think could have been champion. MVP.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, at that time, yeah.
MVP.
In his time.
A lot of people don't know it, but MVP was actually world champion in New Japan. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went over there and he was that guy. And this is before Bullet Club and, Okada and them. I think this is when, like, Great Muta, Ultimo Dragon, Masahiro Chono was, like, the pinnacle, the top guys. And this American black dude went over there and killed it and won the title. You know what I'm saying? So I think MVP.
I think the Godfather. Maybe not as the Godfather moniker, but I think as a wrestler he could have did it.
But as who though? Because he's had mad characters. You talking about Kama?
He would have probably had a better run at Papa Shango as a champion.
I was just about to say that. Papa Shango.
But that's what I said.
You know what? Kama wasn't bad either.
No, I think I would have liked it better with Papa Shango.
Papa Shango would have been more fitting for
What about Devon?
He would have been like the first Fiend type of character as a champion.
He was.
You said Devon?
What about Devon?
Nah, I don't know.
No,
I seen him as a singles competitor, and it just didn't. I'm just used to seeing him with Bubba Ray. Like Bubba Ray was different. You know what I'm saying? He knew he couldn't be Bubba Ray.
I would say how about Elijah? I'd say Elijah Burke could have won.
Who?
Elijah Burke.
Pope.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could have been.
He's actually in the world title picture now in NWA. Actually, surprising.
He's not bad. I like Elijah Burke actually.
Yeah, I can see Elijah Burke.
Holy crap! Have y'all seen a picture of D'Lo Brown lately?
Nah, how you look?
Woo.
Look bad or he look fat?
D'Lo look bad. I'm gonna see y'all later.
What's he doing at NWA, right? Is he coming? He's a announcer for NWA, right?
I don't know, because now you got to pay that extra fee. I'm tired of paying for all these different websites to watch TV. So it's either there or Impact.
What is it on?
Fight whatever
TV.
It is. Fight TV. You got to pay like another $5 subscription to watch it. I'm tired.
I'm gonna see if it's on the If I got on the Fire Stick, I got this right. I'll put you on later on after we get off.
Copy. Yeah. I'm tired. I want to support, but I'm just tired. I had another name, and that just threw me off because we talk about NWA. I'm so mad that I can't watch it right now. I want Keith Lee to win it.
Nah, not with the gimmick that he has now.
Nah, not as Bearcat.
I'm just saying I want him to win it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. He'll be good winning it if he of course he'll be a better heel champion than me in my opinion.
I agree.
But they need to get rid of that name, bro. I don't know. I don't like that name.
You know who I didn't?
I know what you're saying. I know he's paying homage to that. I know, but no.
Yeah, to Bearcat, right?
Yeah, let him rest.
All right. Who I know there's a couple of people that I don't think I should have who they were right not to give it to. Titus O'Neil.
I don't know.
Boy.
Viscera.
He's the 24/7 time.
Let me ask you.
Oh man.
Would you be mad if Johnny B. Bad was a world champion?
I wouldn't.
Back then, nah.
Not as Mark Merrow. Johnny B. Bad in his prime.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
No?
I would rather match champion as Mark Merrow than Johnny B. Bad.
Yeah. Hey man, shout out. I wish things would have worked differently for him, but for a small guy, I mean, in weight, Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
I like his fast as Mark Merrow than I did at Johnny B. Bad. Johnny B. Bad wasn't good at that time in that era. He was cool, but I couldn't take him seriously, man. He came out there with the tights and the thing with all the confetti in it. It was like,
He was Little Richard.
Really,
Absolutely.
it was more like, serious. You could take him too. Yeah, basically. But Mark Merrow, you could take him more seriously. He had a serious, gimmick. At first he came out but then it's like after a while.
But now when he started beefing with Sable, nah. That's when it just went left.
It took him more. I took him more seriously then. I took him more seriously. I know what you're saying, but I took him more seriously then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who else? You have how about R-Truth?
Well, we discussed him earlier because he's actually the only NWA world champion as far as African Americans concerned. That's it.
Did you know that, Will?
For real?
He is the only one.
When it was TNA NWA, yeah, he won that belt. He actually beat Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock is the inaugural TNA champion.
I didn't know he was the only one. That's crazy.
The only one.
The
only one. Honestly, we know the history behind that belt, but does it? What is it? I mean, what about it now? Like,
wait, no. Wait, no, okay. Yeah.
I did
no. Farouk, did Farouk win?
No.
That was WCW.
Yeah. The only one to win is R-Truth out of 98 different reigns.
Wow.
And they've been around since 1946.
I wouldn't
mind Moose.
Because you really verified that title at that time. Like, I mean, as far as like, you know, it was TNA, you know, / NWA. Could you really say, oh, well, you know what? Does that really count at that time in that era? Like, you know what I'm saying? Does it really count? Because right now, does the NWA title count now?
Yes, they still counted it.
Yes.
They still
8 pieces of gold. 8 pounds of gold. Yes, it still matters. It's got legacy attached to it. That's why.
Absolutely.
I get that. But I mean, like, as far as the prestige of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yo, Nick Aldis just lost that belt. He had that belt for over 600 days. Should it have lasted that long? No.
I'm not gonna lie. I gotta watch more of NWA. I tried watching it when it was on YouTube, and I wasn't really like, you know, it was boring to me. Like, I gotta really get into it more. So like, I can't really speak on it.
It's classic studio wrestling, you know, and it's an acquired taste.
It's old WCW Saturday night. That's
yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, I was, you know, old WCW head, and I love WCW like Saturday Night Live. But you know, at the end of the day, it's a new era, man. So, you know, if they can mix the new era in with the, like, I know they're trying to go back and do the old school stuff, but you know, like TNA and, you know, / NWA at that time was something different. So it kept me watching. It kept my interest. But this right here is like, you know.
No, I actually like it, and I would go to a pay-per-view.
That's actually only because Jeff Jarrett and his father was over it. Like, I don't know who's over Impact right now. I don't know who. I know Scott D'Amore, who used to be a personality with Team Canada. I know he's the on-screen executive, but as far as like who's running it, because it's not Dixie Carter no more.
Let me ask you a question. Do you see Vince at all trying to purchase the competition in the future?
No, and I don't see. And honestly, even if Triple H takes it over, I don't see him doing that either.
I'm not talking about AEW. I'm not talking about AEW. I'm talking about like, you know, Impact or you know, MLW or even you know.
They got to talk with MLW.
They're talking to MLW. They're talking to them.
They are.
Yeah, they're talking to them about, because I think eventually, like we were talking about, you know, Jacob Fatu lost Saturday. He lost the title to Alex Hammerstone, and I think eventually, I think Fatu. I think after his contract is up, or I think two things will happen. Either his contract is going to expire, or MLW is going to is not going to merge, but they're going to have they're going to be connected with them, with WWE. Eventually, Fatu is going to be in WWE.
Yeah.
He's got too much potential. He got too much potential to stay in the Indies.
What if this whole NWX, you know, NXT 2.0 was a thing to start something new, as far as like, you know, them merging with talent from MLW, and you know what I'm saying, Triple H being in charge of that. Like right now, we all know that Triple H is that, you know, has a condition, whatever case may be, and that's probably one of the reasons why he stepped down from doing what he didn't
step down. What are you talking about?
He didn't step down. He had surgery.
He had surgery.
But
he didn't step down.
He's not in the picture right now.
Shawn Michaels and his guys are still running the show. Vince clearly said that him and his guys are not running the show. They can't take on another show.
All Vince did was come in there and change the look.
And the branding. That's all he did.
So what if in the future, and this is a big what if, I mean, maybe I'm just saying, it's probably a stretch, but what if, you know, since they're doing business with MLW, that they can take and use the MLW talent, like how AEW used Impact talent and Ring of Honor and also New Japan. Well, not Ring of Honor, I think New Japan and Impact. Like, you know what I'm saying? What if Vince do something, well, not Vince, but what if NXT do something like that? And Triple H say, you know what, we in business with MLW now. Let's have these guys, merge and do business with each other. Like, see some guys.
So
you're
saying
merging, yes, but to allow the guys to like go back and forth and to go to different companies, I don't see that happening.
If MLW was over, if WWE was over MLW, why not? Or they could just make it one brand, change the name, do something different.
Because look at what they did. Look at what they did with Evolve. They bought the rights to Evolve, and Evolve is really no more.
Evolve is what NXT used to be.
Right.
Because what happened is NXT became an actual brand, and it's not. You can't call it a development brand anymore.
No.
Which is why, like the transferring of like Hit Row and all that is not the same as what it used to be. Like, oh, they're getting called up. No, it's just a trade. Because now Evolve is what NXT used to be.
Right.
And I don't see them doing that to MLW. I see if they merge, they're just gonna come over and be a part of the company. But it's
they're
not
gonna do what they're gonna do. Like, what
you guys can do your thing. You think so?
They're gonna do it. No, I believe that they'll have the same type of relationship with ECW. The thing with ECW was, and I'm talking about not the merger where, you're on Sci-Fi. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that relationship where Vince gave them money, just like he gave ECW money, and he helped set them up to be on TNN when they were on there. I'm talking about that type. Like, if you think about it. Think about it. Like, if it's just like the music industry, where I may not be necessarily signed to your label, but I'm gonna go through you to get a distribution deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about something like that.
Like the way Dipset used to just do their distribution, do Geffen Records, stuff like that.
Right. Exactly. Same way how Universal is like home to so many people, but is based off of really just the distribution deal. Like Cash Money is only using Universal as distribution.
Yeah, no, you got to watch those type of deals too, because like
you do.
Like, okay, perfect example is when you look at the Backstage documentary, Dane broke that down quick. He was like, because he was fighting with the Def Jam people. Rockefeller.
They still got a little control over you. They still got somewhat control over you.
Yeah, because J&M only owned 50% of Rockefeller, and then the other 50% was 25% Def Jam, 25% Universal.
Right. Exactly.
So that's why he was mad about the jackets, because they put Def Jam on the
right.
Rockefeller, Def Jam on the jackets. That's why he was trying to basically brand Rockefeller by itself instead of, like, you know what I'm saying, letting people know where they came, where it was actually, a part of what they do.
But Rockefeller was definitely an entity.
But that's what basically happened. They took they saw that TNN was not working for ECW. It's a redneck channel. Nothing but country westerns on that channel.
That was the biggest mistake, bro.
Yeah, it was the biggest mistake. I mean, don't get me wrong, the money was good, but
but ECW would have been bigger, in my opinion. Would have been bigger without WWE.
I don't know.
Yeah,
because you know why? Because Paul Heyman messed that all up.
Let me say this. Because they should never went to TNT. CNN. They should have never got. Listen, they could have got a TV deal. ECW was at their peak at the time. Everybody was just getting familiar with ECW. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was
they were too vicious to get a. They were too vicious to get a TV deal.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You gonna get a TV deal? You gotta look at the channels that they had then compared to like.
They built. Let me tell you.
It does matter.
They built a name for themselves, though.
They did, and it was built on brutality that couldn't be shown on TV.
If you have Vice Channel back then,
absolutely,
Vice
it definitely could have been on Vice. Absolutely,
it would have been on Vice.
I get what you're saying. You're right. I get what you're saying. Right. What I'm saying is that they still build a name for themselves, and they was getting big. People was getting familiar with ECW. I went to a couple of shows when I was younger. A lot of people was getting familiar. Once they got that TV deal, and of course, like I said, they couldn't do certain things that they did back then on television.
Yeah, but those certain things is what made them popular. It's what made them big.
Popular. So even if when I say big, I said it would have been big without WWE. I'm saying on a different level where they could have created their own path. Whereas eventually, look at now, like you said, Vice right now is what ECW would have been on the show.
They wouldn't have lasted that long without a TV deal, because that's how you make money.
Let's say I was watching Dark Side of the Ring, and they were talking about FMW, and honestly, FMW is like the father of hardcore wrestling, because this is where the exploding matches was born. This is where barbed wire matches was born. All that crap.
I thought all that was born in Japan, New Japan.
No, it was FMW.
Well, not New Japan, but there's another company over there in Japan that does all of that vicious stuff, and to me, that's not wrestling.
And the thing is, the guy that was in charge of it, that birthed it, Onita. What happened was he saw Terry Funk fights. He saw Cactus Jack matches. And he said, yo, I could do that and bring it over here, but go even crazier with the gimmicky matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to see explode. That's why, as much as people want to crap on AEW for that exploding ring match,
horrible.
You can't put that on national TV.
Horrible.
You will lose sponsorship.
Horrible. They shouldn't have did it at all.
They should have never did it.
Yeah.
Should have never did it. They would have lost so many sponsors off of that. Because no matter how much
try to do that, but in a way, it's smart that they did it that way, because and it was bad. Don't get me wrong, it was bad. But somebody was thinking like, "Yo, Dad, that's not gonna become TV. We sure." Like, because it's now, it's cancel culture. So nobody, they were like, "Oh, our kids is watching. We can't have that. Like, we can't have that on television, kids." So they would have canceled them. Like, they would have, before they even, got off the ground, they would have got canceled because of that, bro. So I think it was stupid. Like you said, they shouldn't have had a match.
No, we're losing.
Like,
but of course,
yeah, super trash.
Yeah.
Well, people actually did laugh at it.
I laughed.
All the wrong.
Right.
It was terrible.
Yeah,
it was terrible. Shouldn't have did it. And I don't get me wrong. And I think what happened was honestly, they took the Onita match with Terry Funk, because I think that was the first ever exploding ring match with barbed wire. Well, exploding ring death match. And the same finish on there was the same finish that they did on AEW, where, okay, the person won, and it's like, oh, the time's going down. I'm going to shield you and cover you up so the ring won't explode. And instead of a big explosion, you got to...
That was the worst thing ever.
That's all you got.
That was horrible. I hated it. I hated it all. I hated it all. Okay. Well, listen. If I let us go anymore, we're gonna be at the 2-hour segment again. Pastor Dre had to leave. The baby maker is on mute. He muted himself.
Put on mute now. I'll be right back.
Don't worry, we're ending the show.
All right. Listen, guys, I'm back next week. I'm back on time, so I'm gonna talk to y'all. I gotta go. I'm picking up the wife right now, and I'm on an important call.
All right
work.
now. All right.
I'll let you. We're gonna talk later, guys.
He just ended the show. Well, it's been fun, but we've got to run. Beard of Wrestling. We out of here. Deuce.
What's up, man?